Okay, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about scouting agents, but let's say what is a scouting agent. So, a scouting agent from dictionary.com is a talent or scouting agent as a person whose job is to search for talented performers who can be employed or promoted, especially in sports or entertainment. And I am doing my topic about scouting agents because I'm really interested in this as a career. So I want to talk to you about the history, why players or teams would hire a scout, and then the importance of a scout. So the history about scouts. Scouts have always been a thing in sports, but they weren't as popular as they are now, and people would just call them Cub Scouts. And in 1956, a couple of Cub Scouts left a note with an athlete's name on the desk of the general manager for the Dallas Cowboys, Tex Strong, saying that he needed to look into this athlete. He looked into this athlete and he had amazing stats on paper, and word got around about this athlete and all these teams wanted him. So when the draft rolled around in April, he was drafted in the first round to the Colts, but he didn't even make it to the first game because he was slow and he didn't have good footwork, and coaches didn't know this because nobody went out and actually watched the players. So that's when traveling scouts came around. Traveling scouts were a couple of scouts from each team that would go around the country and watch all these football players and take notes about them to report back to the GMs. So nowadays there's around 4 to 6 scouts per team, but in the 50s, when this is all just getting started, there was around 2 to 3. Also, this picture is Tex Strong. So this is a picture of some traveling scouts just sharing notes. And then the next picture is somebody talking about the draft and how teams would be picked, or how players would be picked to teams. So now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about why players and teams hire scouts. So players hire scouts to better their chances in good contract deals in the NFL, and then they also hire them for the NFL Combine. So right here, this is Rob Gronkowski, and in the book It's Good to Be Gronk, he talked about his battle in college at the University of Arizona, where he had a back injury, and that really set him back because he missed a whole season. And so when he was enrolling into the NFL Combine and into the NFL Draft, coaches were really worried because they didn't know if he was going to get injured, and then it was just like a waste of money and a waste of a slot. So he hired a scout named Ben Rosenhoff, and he helped him in the NFL Combine and got all these great workouts. So when he performed at the Combine, he was the best of his ability. And so with that, he actually got a 4-year contract with the New England Patriots. Why a team would hire scouts are GMs can't go around and like look at all these players, so they hire people, and the players write down the good, the bad, and the ugly about players who are potentially going to be on their team, and then they go and have meetings and talk about all these players, and they have stacks of players and notes about them. And also the players will help the team, and so if a player has aspects that the team needs, then they're most likely going to be interested in them and want to see more about them. So now I want to talk to you about the importance of scouting agents. So according to Recruit 757, a website dedicated to scouting and recruiting, says that only 1.6 players out of their senior year of college actually go to the NFL. And so when they are on their way to the NFL, they have to go to an NFL Combine. And the NFL Combine tests multiple abilities with obstacle courses and a 40-yard dash, and then like agility work and stuff like that. And this like really can make or break somebody and their potentials to go into the NFL. In the 50s, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, coaches would actually time their players and like do all the combine work, and coaches would only make their players have to run a 38-yard dash because just those few milliseconds could really make or break a player. Also, it's important because when the NFL draft rolls around, teams are giving out money to their players and they want the best player possible. So it really helps differentiate the players from each other. Also, it shows diversity and uniqueness of each player, like at the combine. So today I talked to you about the history of scouting agents, why a team or a player would hire a scouting agent, and then the importance of a scouting agent. So thank you.